Hey players, have you ever done something that you thought was fun but were labeled with the term immature for doing it? How does one determine what is mature and immature? I mean, is there a set standards we can follow, or is it all subjective? The interesting thing about maturity is that society will tell you it means one thing, whereas science will tell you it means something totally different. The definition of maturity is to indicate how a person responds to the circumstances and the environment in the appropriate manner. So what that means is that the viewer will determine whether or not your actions are appropriate for the given situation. In society, that seems fair. If I see a stop sign, I know that it means stop, and I can only hope that everyone is just as mature to know that it means that too. That's wonderful and all, but that's not exactly how people use the word maturity. We like to associate maturity with age. We assume that if a person is a certain age, then they're up to a certain level of maturity and that they understand certain things. As you get older, your brain is developing in different places all around. And what ends up happening is that by 16, your logical reasoning ability may be fully developed, but your sense of danger may not. How many 16-year-olds argue with their parents? How many 16-year-olds do stupid, dangerous shit all the time? Sometimes this mismatched development in our minds causes us to create the weirdest rules ever. A teenager can drive a car before he can even watch an R-rated movie on his own. A teenager can go to war before he can even drink a beer. And while these socially constructed norms of maturity fall in accordance with what the laws say, we still tend to make up our own idea of what maturity is. Back in my day, we used to rock out to boy bands like the Backstreet Boys and watch cartoon shows on the Disney Channel. But along the way, something happened. We began to rank the perception of our peers over our own likes and interests. Here is a sad story for you. In high school, I had a friend that was obsessed with SpongeBob SquarePants. She had bedsheets, she had posters, she had pajamas, she had everything you could think of. And then one day when I went over her house, it was all gone. When I asked her what happened after so many years of loving SpongeBob, she told me she was just getting too old for it and she was afraid that people would make fun of her if she still liked it. Let me tell you, it's one thing to stop liking something, that's fine. But to drop it simply because you're afraid that your peers are gonna make fun of you? That's not cool in my book. In fact, I think the correct term for that is peer pressure. Anyone? Dictionary, anyone? Can you verify that? Yes, maybe it is all part of the human development, but then what is real maturity? Would it be about falling in line with how society perceives you or following your own social scope? What I think the foundation of maturity rests on is being able to find your own purpose in life. All the things you encounter in life add to your development, and there should be absolutely no shame at all in the things that you like. In theory then, not fully embracing what you enjoy is actually kind of immature because you're stalling yourself from understanding your purpose in life. I enjoy costume parties, watching cartoons, water balloon fights, and playing with action figures. Does that make me immature? No. At the end of the day, I know the things that I like are part of my development, and that is about as mature as you can get. Like this video if you agree that being mature is all about understanding yourself. Leave a comment letting me know, have you ever judged yourself in fear of the opinions of others? And subscribe to the channel if you like watching me deconstruct things and put them back together in my own way. As always guys, love and peace. People are reluctant to give things they don't understand a chance, but why waste your time worrying about what they're willing to give a chance? If you like it, do it. You're calling the shots, and no one can take that away from you.